Hello, my name is Johnny. Welcome to another World War II 1/72 scale video. Today we're going to take a look at the parts and pieces for the Flakpanzer III Ostwind by Revell. If you'd like, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, like, reply, and share. This came out in 2019, and what's unusual about this is I don't think this vehicle existed, because they've got a Flakpanzer III Ostwind. Most Ostwinds or Eastwinds were on a Panzer IV chassis, and this is the Panzer III chassis, easily recognizable with 6 wheels instead of the PC4's 8 wheels on here. But it's a neat model. Could be a prototype, and I don't know why they couldn't have used the PC3 body if it was cheaper and put this turret on there, if the turret would fit in the turret ring. Let's take a look at the box. First we'll just look at the decals, because there's nothing to see there. 3 Balkan cruisers, or Iron Cross if you want, and 2 little F's on there. I'm not sure, but I think Revell bought the company's molds called Mako that came out a dozen or more years ago, and reissuing their kits. But anyway, it's neat. I like the way, see how it's flat here and then it slants up there. It's got a nice bow machine gun. And let's see the back. Nice look at the back. I might try to paint it in this scheme. I like it's something different instead of the regular sand with the green and red brown, and then these larger dots on it, sort of like an ambush they call it. The scheme, some basic colors. We'll get into more of that in their full color instructions. I just want to show this sprue first. Put that over here. That they include a turret and a gun, because they gave you this piece here, so they just reissued that. It's always nice when you get extra parts. I'll have a full PZ3 turret with the short 75mm gun. I'm sure I could do something with that. Let's take a look here. Not bad molding there. It's always tough when they put those tools on there, molded on, trying to get those painted. I never do a great job with that because they're so small. There's the front. You can see where the machine gun goes. Unusually, see, they have it right at the edge there, instead of dead center, where the machine gun goes. That's the machine gun there. And look at this, you get looks like a neat extra coil right there. Let's look at the turret. Unusual shape. That's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides, and it's not even because this is much longer on this side. And unlike the Whirlwind, which has even more sides. It's never fun making these guns, but this will be a little bit easier, just 1 37mm instead of 4 20mm tubes. And then it's going to be hard to come up with some kind of crew for this, because usually the open top things I'd like to have some kind of crew, and I'd want to have at least 3 fellows there. That's the back. So real clean, no flash on here. The detailing is good, not super excellent, but good enough. Got a lot of tracks, some for the top and the bottom, and then all the loose ones to go around the drive sprockets and the idlers. How many PZ3 and PZ4s chassis have you built over the years? There's the wheels. And I don't understand. Sometimes on the big kits, they make it what they call a bathtub, where the sides are already attached. And these small ones, they always make you do that and that and that. So they make you do more work. And sometimes it's a little wobbly to get it on there. Here's one. It's got the gun. Got a little bit of detailing there. There's these little things, but if you're heavy with the paint, it looks like it's got a little bit of flash on there. And then a lot of these teeny tiny parts that are hard to deal with. This looks like it's got a base and so forth, so it might have parts in here that you don't use. We'll might see that on the instructions. And then there's the shells. Let's look at this. A very heavy and full color. I don't know. I mean, it's nice that it is, but I don't know. They don't really have to make things, instructions in color. Even got staples in it. It's like a booklet. Like I said, I don't know. When I tried to look up, I don't see any history of them making a Flakpanzer III Ostwind. It's always on the Mark IV chassis, but this will be neat. And then a side note, I was going to leave a link to the end to show a Ostwind that I had pre-built, and I discovered all this time I never did that particular video. If so many different vehicles and stuff over the time, I'll do that in the future. So I'll leave a link to some built Whirlwinds at the end. Here's their basic information there, and they got tons of languages. Colors they suggest. View of the parts pieces. And there they're blacking out or blanking out, or whatever you say, the parts that you're not going to use. So there is, like I said, a lot of extras. You're going to get the cupola and everything. So, see what I do with that in the future. Yeah, and then extra parts on here, because they give you all the parts to make it just as a sitting thing. What are they doing here? Oh, this one's already detached. Okay, that part. Basic, starting out with the wheels. Always have to concentrate, but you can kind of do that. Sleep. I like that little hatch way down there. So lots of wheels. They go into detail. It's never that fun trying to put the tracks on, especially over the drive sprocket, but if you concentrate enough, you can do a good job. Are they telling you to drill some little pieces out or something? So they're having you do all that first, then you're going to move on. So they're literally building it from the ground up. There they're showing tools. Depending on how you paint, you might want to hold off on some of these things, attaching them. Always like the extra wheels. There you go. So each step doesn't have that much in it, and it's really explained, so should be good. I don't think it's going to be able to move, but we'll see. Elevate up and down. There's the paint. Those need to all be painted first and put in a big rack in there. You can see there's not much room to have a crew in there, so jam them in. Real life people were jammed in, but you know, bodies are flexible. These trying to stand some figures in there that are in a set pose or something is hard to do. And let's look at this one first. For some reason they're showing it just this way, prototype version, so forth, and just gray. Prototype version and camouflage print. So I guess they're just referring this as a prototype, and it was never really built, but like I said, it'll be nice to have. There they're showing it with the gun, saying gunmetal and not painted. This is sort of the octopus scheme instead of ambush. Octopus with these larger things with the dots. Usually the octopus has circles in it like the suckers, but this is sort of like in between. So I may or may not do something close to that if and when I get to this one. Of course, if I do, I'll do a video on it. So much stuff here. They got an extra page in the end. And there's just the basic decals. Nice box. Extra parts for a turret. Alrighty, so that's an overview of this kit. If you haven't seen it or heard of it, maybe you'd like to get it. In addition to your Flakpanzer core, a nice variation of Flakpanzer III Ostwind. Until next time, more World War II 172 scale. Thanks for watching, everyone.